Good morning, everyone. My name is Liel. I'm an industrial designer and a project manager in a design studio. I graduated with industrial design at the Politecnico di Milano in Italy. And today I will be presenting my graduation project called PEEPS as part of the master's degree. So the starting point of my project began with a marginalized community diagnosed with a chronic disease called painful bladder syndrome. It's a chronic condition that causes discomfort, pressure, and pelvic pain. This medical condition has unfortunately no cure, and its main symptoms are pain, urgency, and frequency in urination. Imagine your bladder is a hollow that stores urine. The bladder usually expands until it's full and then signals your brain that it's time to urinate through the pelvic nerves. This creates the urge to urinate for most people, but with painful bladder syndrome, these signals get mixed up and you feel the need to urinate more often and with smaller volumes of urine. As part of my research, I focused on learning about this syndrome. I interviewed professionals and talked to patients diagnosed with painful bladder syndrome. I decided to launch a questionnaire composed of 30 questions that covers the different stages of the disease in patients' life, the diagnosis, the treatments, and the daily struggles that patients are facing with this disease. And the results of the questionnaire were very interesting. So 93% of the people who filled the form were actually women. 84% of the physical complaints were urgency and frequency in urination and the constant need to go to the toilet. And that happens in an average of once or twice every hour. And the mental symptoms were anxiety, depression, frustration, stress, and ultimately isolation from public spaces. So I decided to tackle the physical problem of urgency and frequency in public spaces. And that leads me to my research question, which is how can inclusive design and accessibility help people diagnosed with painful bladder syndrome in public spaces? So the scenario was very clear. How can people function with the challenges of the disease while being outside and away from toilets? I looked over municipalities and how they make toilets accessible for the public and how easy or difficult it is to find toilets while being outside. And unfortunately, the research revealed disappointing conclusions. Most public restrooms are inaccessible to people in main cities. Most municipalities in Israel don't even have an app or an updated list of the available toilets around the city. And those who do share this information present them like a grocery list, which is very inconvenient when you have the urge to pee. And that led me to search for current solutions, and I discovered an ongoing trend that is accelerating worldwide, and that is urination in public. So nowadays, people all around the globe normalizes the action of peeing, but most solutions are idealized for males. And I came across the pee, which is this pink object we see down, and that is an actual concealing compartment for women. And this was a turning point for my project. So I examined the most common postures and body positions people use when peeing outside, and I came up with a new idea: a portable private pee cell that conceals the lower part of the body, sort of like a skirt. After talking to painful bladder syndrome patients, I realized the importance of providing the user with maximum coverage, and then I decided to take inspiration from overalls, not only because it has a great potential to create an inner space supported by the body, but also because of its shape and figure that we are all familiar with. And you can see the evolution of my prototypes that led me to my final product called PEEPS. So PEEPS is the name of the project, and is composed of very meaningful verbs or meanings. So we all know we need to pee, so that's very obvious. In English, my peeps or peeps is a slang for people, and this project revolves around people. And the scenario takes place in crowded places or open spaces outside where you don't really have access to toilets. So at the beach, at the park, festival, and hopefully also in the future in streets. so in the cities. And you can see here my final sketch. It is actually an overall that you put on your body. It has adjustable straps, and it has an inner pocket for tissue and sanitizer. It has a ring where you can put the urine bag, and you have obviously a ring that supports all this garment and allows you to do whatever you do with full privacy. So that has these two objects as complementary. And the storyboard actually demonstrated really good. You actually locate a place near you where you can do it privately. You open the kit, you put your overall on top, which is the PEEPS overall. You take down your clothes, you pee into this urine bag, you wipe your intimate area, you sanitize your hands, and you discard the pee bag. So this should take really like 1 to 2 minutes to open the kit and to close the kit. And this all happens within your private radar, if I may say, and you have full privacy, and you can do it without disturbing anyone, and do it as fast as you can with no pressure. So when I thought about how the product should look like, I really wanted it to look elegant, attractive, but yet blendable in the scenery, which means outside. So you can see the full PEEPS kit. So it's an actual suit you put on yourself, and you have very large space inside where you can take your pants off, you can pee and feel comfortable. You can adjust the straps to your body according to your height. And when you finish, you just put everything inside this bag, and it's lightweight, it's washable, and it's very easy to carry on during the day. And here you can see the stages of folding it or opening it from left to right. So you start with the full ring, then you make an infinity shape until you create small circles, and then you fold everything and put it in the bag. And just to showcase how that thing looks in real life and how my vision is for this project, I would like to see people wear it without being embarrassed, without being shy or holding their pee and feeling uncomfortable. You can see here some of the details, and I want to say that the vision is that it will also be maybe one day a personal statement for each and every one of us, so it can actually turn into a trend or a fashion piece. And to end this presentation, I chose this phrase that I started with this whole project, and it's I choose not to place this in my ability. My hope is that with this project, people all around the globe, not just painful bladder syndrome patients, but everyone will feel comfortable walking outside in public spaces and feeling the independency and the freedom to walk around and live life the best way they can. Just like any other group that came out, if it's the Black movement or the gay people, here I see this product as a step and as an action of this painful bladder syndrome community going outside of the closet and saying, this is our disease, this is our disability, but this is also how we choose to deal with it. We want to be outside, we want to be having social life, and we're not going to let this disease prevent us from living our life the best way we can. And that's it. Thank you.